Are doing
I'd
all
say
right.
him or Drew.
Yeah,
I
I would be the first to die, or at least in the first wave. Yeah.
That's the second. I'm really good at hiding.
No, I was thinking about that the other day, because I've always wanted to know how to, make fire. Take one of those male weekend courses where you bang a drum and learn how to make fire. Because I don't know how to make fire, man.
Yeah, I would be the first to die, for sure.
So I'd really like to know how
Here's
to
the
make
thing, in
fire.
the apocalypse, there's fire everywhere. I mean, haven't you been on our set? And just friggin', there's a fire. There's a fire.
Can you make fire?
No.
Have you ever done that?
No.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Like
I think
lighter.
we're all-
It
lighter,
takes a
I
long
can make
time.
fire.
It takes a
Yeah.
long time if you have to do it.
So we'd established you'd all just perish.
Yeah, we'd all
That'd be,
Well, at least you're honest.
Yeah.
Would you try and communicate? If we now know from Falling Skies, of course, and not all aliens are friendly. So if this happened again in real life, would you, if you had a close encounter, would you approach an alien or run off?
I'm thinking about that a lot, just watching the alien shows that are on TV. They see something or whatever, and you run from it. If you saw a Bigfoot, would you run from it or run towards it?
Oh, from it. 100%.
Yeah?
Oh, I would
Right.
If I saw
say
Bigfoot? Well, see, yeah, but here's the thing. You think, is it Bigfoot or is it some dude in a costume? And there's only one way to find out. You gotta run towards it.
I'd be happy never knowing.
I might sneak to it. Sneak around and look at it. I wouldn't run, though.
You'd like hide in a tree and wait?
I would tiptoe. You don't want to crack any
Right.
limbs or anything.
Yeah. What was the question?
Yeah.
Well, now it's the most I'm now intrigued. You guys believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe in the Sasquatch?
yes.
You do.
You know what? I've heard a lot of. I would normally roll my eyes, but I've heard some pretty articulate, smart dudes that do believe in Bigfoot.
Really?
Yeah. I have. No, I mean, not that I know personally, but. And I'm like, really? You believe in Bigfoot? And I'm like, yeah.
People believe some ones.
Well, he's
I don't
on
know,
later, so we can ask him.
So he's signing
He's
next to us.
doing a panel in an hour. I'll ask him.
Yeah. So, do you think the most important aspect of the show is the sci-fi, or would you say it's the family, the human element?
Well, since we're the humans, we'll probably say the
humans.
human element, because that's that's the part that we
Not a whole lot of
latch
skitters
on to.
tuning in.
Because when we're on set, the most of the sci-fi elements aren't there, come in later, or it's digital. It's hard to imagine when you're there, so you really have to attach yourself onto the other characters and onto the drama of the moment. And otherwise, some of our lines would sound ridiculous in any other context. So you have to.
And if you don't care about the characters, who gives a damn what the lasers or the aliens or the spaceships are doing? It's like, oh, good, he's dead. Great, thank you. You'd just be flipping the channel. So yeah, so it's definitely about the family, the Tom Mason character, the patriarch and his sons, and trying to basically raise. I look at it in a very simple way. It's a father trying to raise his sons, his kids, in the middle of a war. And how do you retain your humanity when your 10-year-old has just been given a rifle to go in?
And that's the thing. Originally, the show was conceived not so much as a sci-fi show necessarily, but as a war show. Our creator Robert Rodat always saw it as more along those lines, in that the aliens or the sci-fi elements were almost unimportant.
Secondary,
They were
yeah,
secondary.
totally, yeah.
The sprinkles on top.
Yeah.
We got a good cupcake. I got the sprinkles.
Well, it's like we have a family. What do we want to do? Do we want to put them in space? Do we want to put them out west? Do we want to put them in New York? Where do we want to put them? So they just happen to put them in.
Well, of course, family's incredibly popular. It's a trope that runs through all of Spielberg's work. So, how involved is he still in the show? Do you know?
You guys,
Behind the curtain.
because you guys did the pilot, all three of you. I did not. Hey, Lucy's here. So there's a chair. Good to see you. We just got the Spielberg question.
What was that?
We just got the Spielberg question. I was referring to these guys because they did the pilot, whereas you and I did not. So
He's if you look at his IMDb he's unbelievably busy. But I'm always surprised by the level of involvement. Especially around concept stuff, around the aliens, around the way things look, around.
Fun fact: Lexi's hair was a direct Spielberg.
There's a lot of things where
things have been
Yeah.
The
reshot.
creepy crawlies
Reshot,
were,
so,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
there's a lot. Sometimes you almost forget. It sounds bad, but you almost forget that you work for him, and then just a minute little note will come in, and
Could be
It's
very
from
significant.
Steven, so it's done. So I often wondered that too in the beginning. I'm like, all right, exactly how much? But no, he's definitely, without question, he's definitely got a finger on the project. If not the big thumb. But he's on it. He's definitely on it.
You get that impression,
Yeah.
definitely. So, new season, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you leak us any spoilers?
You guys probably know
We all die.
I die again.
Then
I'm
we,
always
like
shocked
Jesus.
at the teasers that they release. There's
that-
all sorts of
Because we
stuff
always,
in there.
at the
Anything?
beginning of the season, before we go out on these press things, they always send us these long lists of, it's okay to talk
Do's
about
and don'ts,
this,
yeah.
talk about this in this way. And it's usually, understandably fairly rigid. And then we start seeing the trailers come out, like the most insane spoilers we've ever seen. So they're not sending the same list to the marketing team that they are to us.
Spoilers that we can release.
Let's see.
Lexi
Some
Older?
crazy,
No, you know that.
Lexi, who you last saw as our half alien, half sister, who was
say
seven,
she
or,
comes
6 or
back.
7 last time we
She's
saw
back.
her. Some
She's
crazy
really
stuff's
different.
happening now with her.
Yeah.
She's not sure.
Completely.
We're not sure.
She's kind of the
She's one of the
sun that we
core
rotate
elements
around, I think, this
of the season,
season.
yeah.
For sure. For sure.
As like in every previous season, the scope of the show is getting larger. In season 1, we were the second mass, the rebellion, 100 people in the East Coast, and then every season it's gotten progressively larger. Our knowledge of the mythology has increased, so this season is no different.
One thing I really like about this season is that with it being the 4th season, we've seen each other interact with the 2 or 3 people we usually interact with the most over and over and over. So this season starts off with us separated into 4 groups. And so we're seeing people paired with other people that you haven't really seen these interactions. And to me, that was really fun to get to see. It wasn't so much with my character. I'm so excited,
It was
except
with
for my
us.
character. But for you guys,
Yeah,
you guys
Ben
are
and
paired up.
Maggie.
But I would
It's
think overall everybody's toughened up a lot. If anything, Pope may be getting a little battle fatigue. You might see throughout the season. But I think originally it started off as civilians forced into a situation. Now I think everybody's pretty much a soldier or a warrior or assertive in their own right in terms of staying alive and all that kind of stuff. So I think everybody's a little bit more battle hardened in this particular season.
So the roles, have they rubbed off on you then? Do you now feel more equipped to take someone down?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
I'm not so sure.
I could like put in an IV maybe. I could like be that part of the rescue team.
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually.
Possibly.
I think that's cool.
I think I
No,
like
good
I
shit.
could build that. Yeah, I think I could do